Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 18th of April 2021. In around 40 minutes, the Forex markets will open. So it's a good idea to do a bit of a market overview, I guess. So let's look at the forward charts, the longer term charts. This week we have some Canadian data on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, we have some European data, such as the monetary policy statement on Thursday, and some PMIs on Friday. Okay, so let's start with Euro Dollar, which is a chart you see right here on the forward chart, closed around 1.19819. So the price came up a lot against all these down money shorties, and now it's hitting a bit of resistance there because there's some longies in the way, as you can see. And we have a bit of down monies coming on, so a little down money switch about to start. So let's see how markets open. One scenario would be that they clean the high, then if more longies come in, they do a down move. However, any down moves will be a bumpy road, as I say, because as you can see, we have loads of shorties below the current price, which means even if there are down moves, the price will snap up and do pullbacks up in order to price in any shorties. So Euro Dollar is basically rather complex right now, and we pay attention to what the down money does, whether it goes all the way on the long side, or whether some shorties coming in, they go for the upper stops here above 1.2, which is definitely possible. Yeah. So for a proper down money switch, we would need more shorties leaving the market. So we would need some kind of collapse in the squeeze indicator, net down money. But without that, the smart money can clean the highs and even go for the upper stops. But yeah, that as such is not a trade, so we wait what will happen, whether shorties come in and the upper stops are taken, or whether more longies come in and shorties leave the market, which would give room for some kind of down money switch scenario, in case of which we were looking for shorts, but with rather tight TPs. Okay. Cable, pound dollar. As you can see, it went up against all those shorties last week, but we are entering the 4-hour reversal zone, as you can see. So the higher it comes, the more shorties leave the market. I would expect some kind of trend resumption back into the range eventually. So something like that, up move, cleaning the plateaus. Then if we come back into the range, something like that. But that as such is also not a trade setup. Kiwi dollar. We have a bit of a down money switch going on there. It can come lower into the range. We have to keep an eye on this one. Dollar yen came down nicely as expected against all these longies last week. You know what? They can even clean the low and come down below the 108.5 level if they want to finish up the stop hunt. It's a possibility. Australian dollar. Still complex, longies and shorties, some squeeze going on, some longies in the way. If it comes down, this potentially could be a buying opportunity if we get shorties who try to trade a reversal down. Okay, so we watch that one too. What else do we have on the menu? EG Euro Pounds. Went up against the shorties. Longies came in last week, boom, and started down move. Looks rather bearish in the short term, also with the collapse here. So EG can come lower towards the range. Okay, so yeah, to summarize, markets overall are rather in a low bias state and are sensitive towards the down money flow in the next 10 hours or so. So what we do is we see how the markets open, we pay attention to the down money flow stops, which may potentially be moved. And we also keep in mind the news later the week. There will be some trade opportunities that can be seen already. So either we're going to have some kind of dollars, as I said, okay, if this dumb money switch is not successful, it can attack the highs, so there could be buy opportunities towards the highs, or in the second scenario, which has a probability of maybe around 45%, I would estimate. If longies keep on coming and buying expensively into the market, and shorties leave, we would have a dumb money switch scenario. And as I said before, in the second scenario, moves downwards would be quite tricky, because there will be sharp pullbacks, because all those shorties are positioned here, as you can see, right? So let's see which of the two it will be. At some point, the window will always be clear, and we are able to predict the next moves, in case of which we place trades. You know the game by now. We wait until the bias is high, and we can easily predict what will happen next, and then we place trades. But it can be seen that there will be nice moves this week, because either of those scenarios will take place. And the more time passes, the more we approach also some news items, which would give momentum as well. Stock markets, of course, are at all-time highs, are very high. They can, of course, correct down. Cryptos are rather high, but can continue the moves. Metals are recovering somewhat. Oil also recovered a bit. Of course, there are different macro events on the horizon. Okay, so let's see what happens, and let's see what we can trade. Stay safe, everyone.